review the game week, interesting games, and it's a great week. It's a deadline week, so a lot of interesting transfers happening. So we'll cover the review of the last game week 2, and then we'll touch upon some transfer window. I mean, some great deals that have happened, some very interesting deals happening from the Saudi league, and yes, the preview of game week 3.
Right.
So going to the review. So which was the best game for the last week? There was a double hat trick. So
Goals galore it was last week. I mean, there were so many stunners.
Yeah.
I mean, goal of the season contenders. So a lot to talk, but for me, game of the week was Wolves versus Chelsea.
Wow.
What a brilliant display of football by Chelsea, especially playing an away game at Wolves is not easy. And where they managed to score
and
6
they were
goals.
2-2 at halftime, right?
I mean, it was great. The first half was inch to inch, 2-2. Moving on to the second half, it was Chelsea dominating Wolves.
That Cole Palmer goal was
Crazy. I mean, his passes, his assists, goals, crazy. But let's not take away Madueke's hat-trick. I mean, second half hat-trick killed the game for Wolves. I mean, another hat-trick person, Haaland.
It was a cracking game. I think Ipswich just went in front.
Yeah.
We thought there will be a kind of an upset, but in just 3-4 minutes, I think it blew the team apart.
I mean, City showed who they are.
class. I think Gundogan came in the second half.
Yes,
I think.
I mean, that was one of the greatest things that has happened very recently. I mean, just like how Ronaldo came back to United, Gundogan was destined to come back to City and maybe end his career here, not sure. But yeah, those were 2 games which was brilliant. But being this team's fan is very heartbreaking, guys. Let me literally tell you, same old story, I won't say, but they lack some kind of formation right now with too many injuries also, I would say. The guy, I mean the striker Haaland missing out.
Injuries are there, but I think for me, I think Rashford is not in form. He is the key person for them. But maybe I think next game Zirkzee is going to start. I think this week against Liverpool. That's what most probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, they started well, but in the second half they somehow it was unfortunate they didn't get a goal. But
I mean, but Brighton. One great thing about Brighton is their defensive formation is brilliant.
True.
They stick with that formation whenever the team moves aggressively and defends back also. So that's one great thing I noticed about Brighton.
Joao Pedro had a great game.
Yes.
You have to give it to him. He had a great game.
He deserved that finish in the end, at least. Winner. I mean, that was great. One thing that I noticed about United was they should start with Garnacho, okay? He comes in towards end of the game where literally you are almost down, where 7-8 people are almost given up, right? And he doesn't get that enough support.
That's right. Actually, in the first week itself, when Diallo started, I was surprised because Garnacho had played really well last season.
Yes.
So I thought
Amad Diallo is also a great talent, okay? But he's like a substitute in the current squad, I believe. He's a second half player for me, and also the other championships like FA Cup, Carling Cup, etc. Okay, so I feel Garnacho should make it to the 11 in the next game.
Clinical win for Tottenham last week, 4-0 against Everton.
I mean, absolute. Again, brace for Son.
Yeah.
Bissouma's goal was great.
That was another great goal.
Great goal. Yeah. I mean, one of the goal of the season, I believe.
True.
Nice. And Romero doing his. I mean, he's the highest defensive goal scorer last season, and he's continuing to do so. So it was an overall great package for Tottenham. Then we had a very end-to-end nice game in Bournemouth versus Newcastle.
Yes.
1 each. Bournemouth had their chances to score the winner, but they didn't. Even Newcastle had
their chances. Yes.
chances. Then, I mean, another game, great week for Arsenal, winning it away at Villa Park.
We last time it was Unai Emery 2, Arteta 0, but we start off with a win this
1-0.
time.
1-0. And David Raya, man, crazy goalkeeping skills. I mean, that was amazing. To stop Watkins' header was really amazing. Even Villa had their chances, but they didn't convert.
Definitely, Villa had their chances, but in the end, I think Arsenal showed that they are defensively, they are not getting bullied. They are going to,
I
go
mean,
toe to toe. That's the
exactly.
right now.
In parallel, like Arsenal is Liverpool, who is also dominating and winning 2-0. I think Salah consistently scoring.
Yeah.
I mean, this week it is against United, so I'm just scared to see Salah there. But moving on, the other games that has happened in the week are, which is the
Yeah, I think Fulham won against Leicester. It was clinical.
Smith-Rowe's, debut goal.
Smith-Rowe's debut goal for Fulham, and
Yeah.
then Iwobi clinching the winner against Leicester.
Yeah.
So that was a good win for Fulham. West Ham winning against Palace, 2-0 win. But it was a very close game
Yeah,
actually.
away win, I
away
believe.
win, yes,
Yeah.
away win.
And being a United fan, I have to call out Aaron Van Bissaka also had a very nice second half. He came in as a sub. Bowen, as usual, proving his skills. That was a great.
A lot of chances actually Crystal Palace had, but they didn't. Were not able to convert those chances.
Did you see that SJ's curler? I mean, it hit the bar and just literally showered back. I mean, that was great display. They didn't finish.
Yeah.
Just like how United couldn't finish their goals, it was Crystal Palace at the other end.
And then Forest winning an away game against Southampton. Again. That was a good win for Forest again.
If I'm not wrong, it's I think Gibbs who scored winner for Nottingham Forest. Moving on, very interesting subject that we have all been discussing over this week, and also many of us, like everyone does, we are watching Fabrizio's channel every now and then to get the updates. So what do you think are the most happening transfers this week?
I think today, if I have to start, one of the latest news is Ivan Toney to Al Ahly, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
They're all over that club.
Yeah, they're all over the place. They want to buy all sorts, all players. They're linked to Victor Osimhen as also.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it. Victor Osimhen, 80 million.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just pure oil money, right?
Of course. So, what happened today, India morning, is they had an agreement with Napoli for Osimhen. Osimhen hadn't given a green signal, but they had booked a medical for him. Then came in the afternoon Ivan Toney's agreement. Ivan Toney's London medical is done now. So it's all happening with that club.
Since considering they signed centre forward, I don't think they'll go for Osimhen. But if Osimhen happens, I mean, I would be.
I mean, now I think Chelsea is the contender to sign Osimhen. Chelsea is building a squad, as we all know. It's a bigger squad. When you count up to academy players, it's about 40 to 50 players in that squad.
What about United? Any transfers
So
happening?
I'm not expecting anything after.
Ugarte went.
Yes, Ugarte went through. The announcement will happen soon.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't see any incoming signings for United. But Sancho is a question mark. Even though Ten Hag said he's happy to keep him, there are still ongoing discussions with Chelsea.
Right.
And I don't think
it's a long season, right? I think they need the depth,
of course, any team requires
needs a
depth this season. So not sure if United will be too aggressive in move to sell Sancho, but let's see if something that comes up there where the proposal is in a good way, then I think United will go and sell the player, because that is what's happening in the last 2 seasons, right? So that's for United. Any other major signings that have happened this week? I think Ramsdale from Arsenal moved to Southampton.
Yeah, I think he predominantly wants game time there. So I think he'll be starting at Southampton. So Ramsdale goes to Southampton, and Neto comes to Arsenal. He's a backup keeper for. I think Neto is a very good keeper. He's a backup now for David Raya. So that's it's all happening. I think Neto's on a loan move, or it's a signing.
So Neto goalkeeper is a loan move, I believe. Because when Ramsdale moves the other way, of course he's the number one. So Neto won't be getting that full-time chances, right? And on the other hand, Federico Chiesa to Liverpool. Did you see that happening?
I didn't see that happening. I was like kind of surprised. What is that kind of signing? I don't know. He looked like some chocolate boy coming and wearing the Liverpool shirt. But
after all, he was a good Italian winger. I mean, we're not sure if
we have not seen much of him, right? In the recent past, at least, we have not seen much of him.
Correct.
So, But you never know because they've started really well. They need the bench strength, of course. So
And the old saga of Kepa continues, where he signs a contract for Chelsea but ends up being on a loan move, this time to Bournemouth. But he will, of course, I think.
yeah, he's going to start there at Bournemouth. Since
Bournemouth.
Neto is coming to
Yeah.
Arsenal, I think their Kepa is going to start at Bournemouth there.
Correct.
Any other transfer news? Apart from
I mean,
that?
McTominay, I have to call that out. He was a brilliant player last season for United. Sad to see him go the other way, but that is what it is. He's going to Napoli to join Romelu Lukaku. Do you think he carries what he is being?
McTominay is a trump card, right? Last year for United, he came on and
He
he
saved us, like,
surprised with a couple of goals here and there. So
Correct.
you never know. I think he got a great reception at Napoli.
Napoli as well. One last thing before we move into preview of game week 3. Do you see something happening with Raheem Sterling towards 11 p.m. today?
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I think if Arsenal is linked with them, Chelsea, I'm not sure there because the manager has told that he is not in his plans. Sterling is not in his plans, and he has a lot of young wingers. So maybe Liverpool is linked with him. I don't know. Again,
Do you?
everyone is linked
Yeah,
with him.
Arsenal. I mean, United.
Juventus is linked with
Yeah.
Sterling.
Anyone can come. Like,
Yeah.
see, any clubs out of Europe can still come in, right? And bid for Sterling. The move can still happen.
Actually, there can be a swap deal. Sterling to United and Sancho to Chelsea. That can be a.
I mean,
Possible
have you
swap deal.
seen how much salary Sterling receives? I mean, United do not want to waste so much money at this point, okay? Especially with Ineos strategical moves. I don't think that is happening unless Sterling decides to reduce his salary. So that's about it, guys. Please feel free to comment your thoughts on deadline day transfers and who might make
lot
it.
of things happening. We are just into Fabrizio's channel and waiting for those hot newses to come on.
Maybe tomorrow we will have a
Yeah.
concrete transfer list, but that is how it is. Moving on, preview of game week 3. Couple of great games scheduled. Let's go match by match.
Match by match, yeah. So
And then
I'll start off
predict-
with the match.
Yes.
So you tell your
Predictions
what your
and
prediction is, what your
thoughts,
thoughts
yeah.
is on the match. So the first match, I think Arsenal taking on Brighton. Brighton, a very confident Brighton, coming off a win against United.
But it's at Emirates.
But it's at Emirates. Yes,
So-
it's at Emirates. So what do you think?
See, Brighton is coming after a strong start, I would say. They've always started Premier League brilliantly, okay? If you watch the last 2-3 seasons, Brighton have had their good starts, but they try to fumble around in between. So I am still hoping for Arsenal dominance at Emirates, but Brighton might score a goal. For me, it's going to be 3-1 to Arsenal.
3-1 to Arsenal. I think yes, Brighton are really sharp. I think Adingra is coming off the bench and playing well. That guy in Kisio, he's also there. He's a very good winger. So they've signed a couple of new talents as well. So it's a great match to watch.
Welbeck returning.
Welbeck returning and trying to haunt us.
Haunt every team that he's played.
But I think Arsenal are rock solid at this moment. They are really in shape. They're playing well defensively, right? Defensively, we are sorted. So I think it's going to be again a 2-0 for Arsenal. That's what I feel.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
So next game is Brentford at home to Southampton.
Oh, okay.
Southampton losing their last game at home. Now they travel to Brentford.
Yeah, this is going to be a shaky game. Southampton.
Yeah.
Southampton might score a goal, but I think Brentford will dominate at home. I'm feeling a 2-1.
Yeah, I feel so. I think it's always very tough traveling to Brentford. It's been a tough stadium there. And
Visa is in good touch.
Visa is in good touch, and Mbuma is playing well. So I think they're going to win it. But nevertheless, let's see. Southampton, Ramsdale has signed for Southampton, so he might pull off some great saves.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be a draw maybe because Southampton have lost their couple of games. I think they'll come back strong. Maybe it's going to be a draw for Southampton. It's
Okay.
going to be 1-1. Next game is Everton against Bournemouth. Everton off to a very, very bad start. What do you think at home?
I mean, they just got out of relegation very negligibly last season. This time, I don't know. I'm still a little skeptical about this team. I would still say Everton will win it against Bournemouth 1-0 maybe, and they just a last minute winner or something. But it's not going to be a very good game, I feel.
The last game, like last game against Spurs, right? They play the first 20-25 minutes full throttle.
Yeah.
After that, they're still not consistent. So I'm not sure about this game. I think it'll be an upset for Everton again. I feel it's going to be 1-0. I think Bournemouth are going to
Away.
nick it.
Oh, nice.
Away.
Okay.
Yeah. Next game is Ipswich at home. I think it's Ipswich's first home game, I think.
Okay.
Away to Fulham.
Okay.
Fulham traveling to Ipswich. So Fulham coming off a win.
I think Ipswich is the team where the stadium was renovated
Yeah.
as soon as they got qualified into
Right.
promoted to the Premier League, right?
Right.
So that's going to be a nice thing to watch. Fulham traveling to Ipswich. And even Fulham, I think they came back to Premier League last season,
Yes,
if I'm
yes.
not wrong. So Ipswich have played Fulham in the very recent times, here and there. It's going to be a tight game. Even Ipswich want to prove a point after that loss against City, right? But I think Fulham might just sneak it in. A 2-win victory to Fulham.
True, I feel so. To Fulham are pretty good. I think their wingers are good. I like their wingers, especially
And we have Muniz.
Iwobi,
Yeah.
Muniz.
Smith
Muniz
Rowe.
is centre forward, and Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
A lot of good
Good
talent
talents,
there at Fulham, and Pereira playing in the middle. So Pereira also told recently that it was one of his dream moves to Fulham.
Oh.
I don't know why he told that.
From United.
From United to Fulham, he's made that statement.
Okay.
Anyway, so I think yes, Fulham will nick it 2-1. 2-1 to Fulham. Ipswich might still score a goal. Next game is very interesting game. Leicester at home at King Power Stadium to Aston Villa.
Wow, that's going to be an end-to-end match. Just like how Leicester played against Tottenham, right?
Yeah.
I think body will be all powered up. But at the same time, Villa, after losing at home, would want to get back on track, right? Like last season, how they were end-to-end throughout the
Right.
season. Although they were not able to make it to the top two, Villa would love to fight back. But it's going to be a cracker of a game. I think a goals galore, I believe.
Maybe.
Maybe,
true.
yeah. I would go for a draw. Okay, maybe a 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Considering Villa's attack, right? Because the last game, they troubled Arsenal. They played really well, and I think the left winger, the American winger, he got injured. I guess the Villa guy, but they're going to nick it. And Watkins is in great form. So I think
Bailey.
Bailey is in good form, but I think he got injured, but I don't know, he'll be back. But anyway, I think Villa are going to nick it 2-1. Leicester are going to lose that game. Yeah.
All Leicester fans, please watch out for this comment. Okay.
Yeah. Forest against Wolves. Forest at home against Wolves. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a good game again. These teams traveling right bottom half of the table, you never know what happens.
Wolves are also struggling. Anyway.
So it's going to be another inch to inch, I believe. 1-1, I feel.
True, I feel so. I think Wolves, they like last game, they played so well first half.
Exactly.
Second half, I don't know what happened.
But Cunha is in good touch, so
Very good touch, yeah.
that's one thing to watch. I think they missed that Neto's presence, right? After he left, maybe. So that could impact.
Yeah, I feel so. I go with you. I think it's going to be a draw. It's going to be a 1-1
And
draw.
one thing we need to mention about Nottingham Forest is Watpros have moved
Yes.
as a season loan move, right?
Very good move for Forest, yeah.
So that can boost their confidence a bit, especially in him, a good midfielder. And he's never missed a game, right?
Especially
in his
they have
entire career.
Wood, they have Awoni, who
Yeah.
are tall centre forwards, and Watpros delivery.
Can
We know
deliver,
what
yes.
Watpros, how good he is in set pieces,
Yeah,
right?
I just want to change my score line. Maybe Nottingham Forest is going to win this.
Okay.
2-1.
2-1 to Forest. I'll stick with 1-1 anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. So next game is West Ham against City. West Ham at home against City. That's going to be a tricky game, maybe.
Tricky game for City, but I think after all they'll come up being dominant. Bowen is in good touch.
Bowen, Socek is in good touch.
Good
I
touch.
think
But I mean, City is City after all. You need to be 11 dominant against City 11, okay? If you really want to give them a competition. 3-1 to City, I say.
Wow. Yeah, I think now that they've got Gundogan also, they've got it covered, because in the start we spoke about how there was only Rodri there, and if Rodri was injured, it's going to be a lot difficult. Now that they've got backup, there's more solid, and they have Oscar Bob, and who's the other youngster who plays, I think that guy is Luis, that guy is also fantastic. Foden, so I think they're going to win it. I think it'll be 2-1. It'll be a good game. They'll fight. Like you said, Bowen is the front three is good. They'll fight West Ham, but I think City will edge it 2-1. So let's go to the game of the week, bro. Let's start off with the game of the week. The most awaited rivalry in the Premier League. United against Liverpool, right?
The second most, I would say. City is our first rival.
Okay.
You just can't hide away from that.
But still. Historically, because...
The red rivals, you can call. Yeah.
So, what is your thoughts? You go first, United fan.
Don't scare me so much, okay? Being a United fan, it's going to
Salah
be a
scored in both of his games.
Yes, very, very difficult game it is going to be. And especially last time we beat them twice, once in FA Cup, once in Premier League.
Yes.
So they have that grudge on us. They might come all bullets racing. United also will be prepared. We are playing at home. It's not going to be an easy fixture for Liverpool. At the same time, United have to fight it out to win it, okay?
Yeah.
Not going to be easy. I, being a United fan, diplomatically will say a 2-1 victory, okay? But we have to fight it hard. And I think
Do you think Rizki has to start?
Yes, Bruno has been playing false nine, which is not working out, okay, really.
Yeah.
He's not a false nine player for me. He's just a attacking midfielder for me.
Right.
And now that Mason Mount is out for 4 weeks, Bruno comes back into attacking midfield, and I think Zirkzee will start.
Will start the game.
And good news for United fans is Højlund is back in training, so maybe another week or two he's also back. And we never know.
I think one news is Amrabat is going to.
He's already
gone to one club. I thought he'd still be there as a backup.
I think he's joining Fenerbahce from
right.
Fiorentina. So that's already done. He's already moved.
Amrabat is gone to
okay, it's not time to remember that guy now. Let's
Anyway,
move to
let's come back.
Zirkzee. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Rashford is going to score tomorrow. Okay. So FPL.
Wow, that will be a start for Rashford.
Yeah.
If he's going to score tomorrow.
FPL boys and girls, watch out for Rashford.
What about Ugarte?
Ugarte might not start. He might start on bench. He's just arrived. He might need that little bit of time, right, to settle in. So he might not start. He might start on the bench. But he's ready, is what we've learned. So what are your thoughts?
It's going to be tough for United because the front three, Jota, Salah and Diaz. I think they have been electric.
And Nunes coming in as a sub.
So it's going to be tough. I think Liverpool will nick it. That's what I feel this time, because you've had the better of them for the last 2 games. They're going to come full throttle this time. And considering Luke Shaw is not there in that back four again. Yeah. It is still the left back position is
the left-footed
player
is missing.
Is still missing. That's what I feel, because that's where they will capitalize.
So my scoreline in Liverpool's favor is what you're saying.
That's Liverpool's favor. 2-1 for Liverpool. That's what I say.
Great. Okay. Yeah. United, let's go.
Let's see. Yeah. Next game, Newcastle against Tottenham. That's also a great game.
Yeah.
Fantastic game. It's at St. James's Park. What do you think?
This is going to be a cracker game. Although we have not mentioned it, I think this is going to be a very nice game. It will be again fight
I think Tonali is back. I think for them.
Yes,
Yeah. So
I
Tonali
think
is like
he featured
new
in
signing
FA
for
Cup,
them.
right? Recently, yeah.
Yeah.
And his first hits ended up in goal or something is what I read.
Yeah.
Tonali, but Isaac also might come into form. He's always done well against these big clubs. One of them being Tottenham. Son is in good touch. It's going to be a great battle. At St James's Park, I believe Newcastle might edge this game 3-2.
3-2. So goals galore, 5
Yeah.
goals. I think yes, it's going to be a lot of goals there. Solanke is injured so I think Son is anyway going to start.
Gordon
So,
is in great touch.
Gordon is in great touch. So, but still, I think Tottenham are still playing really good
Yeah,
football.
I mean, defensively also they're very
They're
strong
very
now.
strong, and
The
that
coordination has been really good. Pedro Porro
That's right.
and Romero, yeah, they've been
Vertonghen last time the kind of assist that he gave from centre back, that was
great.
insane.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be 2-2. That's what I feel. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be 2-2 there.
Ah, nice.
The last game of the week is Chelsea, the hat-trick hero. The boys coming back, and it's against Palace. So London clubs
Oh,
play
okay.
against
Is
each
it
other.
home
It's
to?
at home.
Oh,
It's at
Stamford Bridge.
Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, Chelsea should win this. That
A
I
lot
would
of
make the
fantasy
statement.
picks might have happened in the midweek for Chelsea. That's what I,
Yeah.
we see.
So that's one thing.
Yeah.
But I feel Chelsea will win it definitely. Palmer is in great touch. He's going to be the game changer for me. Crystal Palace will fight it, of course. Eze is there. Then we have the forward, the tall.
Yeah. So I forgot his name.
I am not getting his name. Mateta or something.
Yeah, Mateta. Josh Mateta.
Josh Mateta, yeah. So he's also a great player in the recent times of Palace. It's going to be a great encounter, but Chelsea is going to win 3-1.
3-1. Yes, I feel so. I think Chelsea have been dominant, especially now. See the front line. Last week, I think Mudryk came and scored, I guess, 1 goal. No, not Mudryk. Felix came and scored.
Yeah,
1
Joe
goal.
Felix.
Joe Felix.
On his return back to Chelsea.
Back to Chelsea, and then what a goal from him.
I mean,
So-
just like Gundogan, he returned back to.
So I go with you. I think they're going to again. It's going to be a lot of goals, and it's going to be 3-1 for Chelsea.
Yeah.
So that comes to the end of the week. End of.
I mean, we are all waiting. I mean, we are all waiting for this week.
I'm really waiting for the Liverpool United game. It's going to
Yes,
be a
Salah is captain, guys.
cracking game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a great encounter. I mean, all the games. I mean, we are all switching on our TVs tomorrow just for the East games. But
Yeah, just
more
for
than
the
that,
fans, any fantasy pick that you would like to
For this-
week, any fantasy pick?
fantasy pick for me would be. I mean, that's a good question. Since I told Rashford would make a bold, I mean, goal starting move tomorrow, I would go with Rashford, a bold move. Yeah. For you?
I think Palmer, most probably. Many of them would have picked Palmer. So anyway, that's about game week 3, guys.
Yeah.
So interesting thing. It's going to be one more day for the deadline, right? And then some things might happen. Some last minute signings might happen.
Some things might move into January window. You
Yeah,
never know.
you never
Loan moves can happen. I believe a lot of loan moves are coming, guys. Incoming to Premier League, I would say, not just one team or two teams. But as you can see, a lot of keepers have moved around teams. It's going to be very interesting today. Stay tuned. I mean, another 5 to 6 hours going on, deals happening. Osimhen, guys, where is he
Keep
going?
an eye on Osimhen.
Where is he going? Just comment down your answers.
I mean, maybe to United as well, since Højlund is.
I mean,
Injured.
Højlund, Zirkzee, Osimhen, it's a lot of, centre forward options, right? But Zirkzee is actually a centre forward, then a false 9 player. He can rotate around, okay?
He's pretty
Yeah.
versatile player.
Versatile player. So that's about it. Anyways, stay tuned, guys. Let's hope for a great week. Happy weekend to all of you guys. Stick around with us for more content. Do let us know if you have any feedback for any changes. Until next time, let's go. Fundamentals.
Fundamentals. Thank you.